I've got some wiring I want to do on this truck. Right now it's got a light bar that doesn't really work. You have to jiggle the wires up by the headlight. I've got some other stuff. If you watched the video, what, 2 videos ago, I mentioned what I've got. Actually, let me show you. This tote is full of stuff. I've got my switch panel, which is my main goal to get installed today, and potentially my fuse block as well. And if I can do both of those, then I'd like to get my light bar wired up properly, which should be doable. I mean, it's not gonna take me too long, I don't think, to run wiring for this stuff, but I guess we'll just have to see. I got my switch panel dome light hanging. Didn't film much because my camera was dying, but I've got the dome light wire soldered in for the switches. That's how they get power. If my dome light works, obviously. My switches all work. Any of them. Sorry, I'm filming one-handed. So now I gotta snake some wire for the switches to go to the fuse box. Got the wire snaked up through the headliner here and down. I've got, it's a little bit crude, but I've got color codes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'm gonna turn one switch on at a time, trace it out to the engine bay with a test light, and color code those the same exact way. So that way I know which switch is going to what, because I will have preference on where it's at, all that stuff. But it's cool. I got all the switches wired up and turning on. So now we get to test it.
Let's just get one of everything. Everything. Stop interrogating yourself. Maybe you put the fruit somewhere and forgot. One time I tasted blood and cracked my phone and then he's like, hey, no, how are you?
Got the switches up in. Don't mind how nasty it is. I need to clean it. Look at my hands. The only thing I have wired up so far is my light bar that's pointed to the sky. But it's alright. It's on a switch, and I think that's cool. I gotta get fuses because the fuse block I was gonna use is a single switch fuse block, not like an inline one. So I'll probably switch that out sometime. But these are cool. I mess with them, and I like it. I'm a little bit confused and honestly angry. I went to wire in my radiator fan so I could have those like on a switch, and it killed everything. I don't even have lights on my switches, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I went inside pretty upset like, and now I gotta figure it out, I guess. Okay, so I've got the light bar and the fans wired up. I've got some other fancy lights that I gotta figure out how I want to route, where I want to put, and how I want to mount them. I can put those on a switch, and then I don't know what the other switches are gonna be for. I had some stuff written down that I forget.
And I knew it. As the internet would say, you can no-has cheeseburger.
Obsessed with me.
Oh, you really need to work on your good news.
Me? No, coming through. What's going on? Found this dog outside stuck in the snow.
Oh my God, is he okay?
He's invited to meet the parents, trying to decide if I should ask my questions in chronological order from birth or by degree of embarrassment.
Oh, Jonah. So sweet. So dumb. You actually think I'd bring you.
That's pretty bright. When I do stuff like this, I tend to feel terrible because I don't like how it's being done, or I don't know what my deal is. It just doesn't go how I want. And Lexi got me a little snacky snack. What'd you get? What did you get? What did you get?
Why am I upside down?
What'd you get?
Dinosaur peanut butter sandwiches and some Pringles and an Oreo milkshake.
And she made me smile, and that's what it's all about. I did not get done what I was hoping. I put all of the little flashers on, and they didn't want to work for some reason, so I ripped them all off. And I'm gonna have to like wire them up static on the ground, not mounted or anything. Try to figure out how to make them work in series, and then I can mount them up to the truck. But I got the roof flashers on as I should a little bit ago. I rearranged the position. They're just suction cups, so it's pretty easy to do that. If I hit this switch right here, they go blinky, which is kind of cool, I guess. I'm gonna shut the lights off so you can see how bright they are. Those alone are pretty bright. I mean, shining the whole shop. I don't know. I don't love the light bar look as far as those go, like on top of the truck, but I had to plug them in just to make myself feel something, because otherwise I only got the fans mounted, or otherwise I got the fans wired up so that they turn on, which is cool. I'm really hoping I didn't screw that up, like the natural cooling, because I don't want them to have to be on, if that makes sense. I'm still hoping that the temp sensor switches them on. But anyhow, I got those wired up. I also got the light bar switched into a switch, so that's pretty cool. But I'm still pretty disappointed with the day overall.